As a manager who strives for excellence in every aspect of the game, it was no surprise that Mikel Arteta viewed set pieces as an important element to improve upon. When Arteta joined Arsenal as a head coach in 2019, he came in at a time when the club were in disarray. Arsenal were 11th in the Premier League table in December after 17 games played, a whooping 26 points behind league leaders Liverpool, with no semblance of play style and direction. As Arteta joined midway through the season and was getting into his first ever job, he was unable to bring all the coaching staff that he wanted into the club and had to find a temporary solution. He was joined by just two assistant coaches in Steve Round and Albert Stevenberg, along with the goalkeeping coach Inaki Sana. It was not ideal, but it was still better than nothing and gave Arsenal some fresh faces behind the scenes to guide the team until the end of the season. During this period until the end of the season, which also included a COVID break, it became evidently clear that Arsenal were poor at defending set pieces. Arsenal conceded 14 goals that season from set plays. Let us have a look at some of these situations since Arteta joined the club. In Arteta's very first home game as head coach against Chelsea, Arsenal were 1-0 up after 80 minutes. A free kick is taken, Leno misses the ball, with Jorginho tapping the ball home. Chelsea go on to win the game 2-1. A couple of matches later against Crystal Palace, Arsenal fell asleep as a long free kick is worked short to Max Meyer, who was totally unmarked. He has acres of space to play in a free cross, which ultimately leads to Jordan Ayew getting away a strike. Then against Everton, Gylfi Sigurdsson stands behind the long free kick, and after some chaos in the box, the ball breaks for Calvert Lewin, who scores a brilliant kung fu kick goal. In the very same game, a corner kick was taken, and the initial ball cleared away. The ball then falls to Sigurdsson, whose shot is cuffed, but Mustafi is beaten in the air, and the ball is tapped home by Richarlison. Soon, the pandemic arrived. It gave Arteta and his coaching staff the chance to study these goals conceded. Was it just bad luck, or was there a larger theme? The games following the pandemic gave the club a resounding answer. In our second game following Project Restart, a short corner is worked, and Arsenal are found wanting in a 2v1 situation to begin with. Solly March has a free cross to play into the box, and in the confusion that unfolds, Lewis Dunk slots home. Arsenal go on to lose the game 2-1. What was perhaps the final straw was conceding the winner in the North London derby. In what was a fiercely contested match, Arsenal conceded from a corner with just 9 minutes to go. Toby Alderweireld leaping above everyone else to score the winner. It was not simply a case of Arsenal conceding directly from set pieces. It was also the second balls from these set pieces that saw Arsenal concede goal after goal. It was not sheer bad luck. There was certainly more to it. Arteta, though, speaking post the North London derby, mentioned, "It is part of the process we are trying to do. We will improve that." Perhaps Arteta knew what was to come. As Arsenal approached the 2020-21 season, a triple coaching staff appointment followed. Arteta appointed assistant coaches Andreas Georgson, Miguel Molina, and Carlos Cuesta. If you would like to know more about Carlos Cuesta, we have a separate video for that, which we have linked in the description below. But for now, let's take a look at Andreas Georgson, who was brought in specifically for set pieces. He had an immediate impact as Arsenal scored in the first match against Fulham straight from a corner. What we saw that day is something we still do to this day. Players all surrounding the goalkeeper and having an overload of players near the goal line. In this case, the debutant Gabriel Magalhaes scored his first ever goal for the club. While Arsenal did not score too many from offensive set pieces that season, what showed a marked improvement was the goals conceded from set plays, reducing from 14 in the previous league season to just 6, an immediate impact by Andreas in improving defensive set pieces. The addition of Gabriel certainly helped Arsenal have a boost in this regard. Despite early signs of improvement in offensive set pieces, Arsenal only scored 6 goals from offensive set play situations as compared to 14 in the previous season. With Andreas Georgson soon leaving to return to his country, Sweden, to take up a role with Malmo, a vacancy had arisen at Arsenal for the set piece position. This was filled by Nicolas Jover, who came from Man City. Like Georgson, Jover had also worked at one point for Brentford and was known well to goalkeeping coach Inaki Sana, who was also once at Brentford. In the next two seasons, 2021-22 and 2022-23, Arsenal showed a great consistent level in set pieces. In 2021-22, Arsenal scored 15 goals from corners and set pieces, whilst conceding just 7. In 2022-23, Arsenal scored again 15 goals from corners and set pieces, whilst conceding 8. There was a stability beginning to emerge, but was there room for further improvement? Apparently, there was. This season, Arsenal still have 10 league matches to go and have already scored 16 goals from set play situations, which is higher than what they managed in the last 10 seasons and beyond. All this whilst conceding just 5 from set plays with a differential of 11. While it would be unfair to pin all of Arsenal's set piece successes on just Nicolas Jover, he has played a big part in evolving Arsenal's set pieces. As Arteta mentioned back in his first season, that improving set pieces were a process, and his confidence then is reflected now. The foundations were laid by Andreas Georgson, and this was then built upon by Nicolas Jover over 3 seasons. All West Arsenal have been building a team of taller, more powerful players. Some of the new additions to Arsenal since 2020 include the following: William Saliba, Benjamin White, Jakub Kiwior, Declan Rice, Kai Havertz. All well over 6 foot and imposing. A lot of things have aligned for us to get here. Recently, another development has been Declan Rice, the set piece taker. It will be interesting to see the impact he could have in this area over a longer term. In the recent Champions League round of 16 tie, Porto spent most of their warm up preparing for defensive set plays. That is testament to the threat Arsenal carry here in this regard. In a league where margins can be everything, Arsenal certainly have maximized their marginal gains from set pieces. And it did not happen overnight, that's for sure. It has been a collaborative process that has been evolved over 4 years, and Arsenal are reaping the rewards now. Thank you all for tuning in. If you enjoyed this, I would highly appreciate if you could tap that subscribe button for more such content. It will really help us grow. Until next time,